Hey you guys, I'm Ayana Hanaya and this is the ultimate branding course. So this course is free, and in case you're wondering like why is it free? Why is she not charging for this course? Um, Honestly, I give a lot of really good content away for free, and I'm going to start having paid courses coming out pretty soon. But I wanted you guys to already kind of have the basics of some things done before you move on to the paid courses, so that way once you get to the courses that are explaining like how to build your e-commerce stores and all this stuff, when I mention things like your business plan or your branding board, you already have it, you're already ready, and you got it done for free. Okay, so like I tell people when I go live, if you see me looking down, it's because I am using my handy dandy notebook. Um, Although I probably know the stuff like the back of my hand, sometimes when I'm recording and so y'all, sometimes just in general when I'm talking, I get flustered and I forget what it is that I'm trying to say. So I wrote it all down. This is probably, I don't know if it is or if it isn't going to be like courses that you've taken before or that you've seen before. I have taken a number of courses, and I definitely have learned the style and approach that I like. And I'll be honest with you, I like when people are just very conversational and they're just honest and just sharing information with me. Um, and I feel like they're talking to me and not at me. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to have this course and talk to you and not at you. I also wanted it to be set up so that it could be really interactive and you guys can learn, but just do it with me. And you don't have to rush, you know what I mean? I don't talk that fast, or at least I try not to. But you don't have to rush. Take your time. Pause the video when you need to. Again, this is a freebie, so it's not gonna be as detailed as one of the paid courses. For an example, the foundations course, it comes with a workbook. You're gonna get an ebook along with that. It's gonna give you um, a presentation that you can pause and read. This one isn't. See, this one isn't like that. Again, I'm just telling you what you should do and why you should do it, preparing you for future courses to come so that you'll be ready. Okay, so you ready? Let's go. So branding, what is branding and why is it even so important, right? Everybody's like, oh, I have a brand, I have a brand, but what is that? What do they even mean they have a brand, right? Or when people say you are your brand, not all the time. Everybody's not their brand. Some people have a brand and it has nothing to do with them, and that's okay. The important thing is that you know what your brand is and what your brand represents. Okay, now this course is also for you if you already have a brand but you're contemplating on refreshing your brand or either rebranding your business and your brand. Okay, so what is branding? Why is it important? Basically, by definition, branding is a marketing practice by which a company creates a name, symbol, design, or flow that's easily identifiable. So, just in the definition, you should be able to tell why it's so important. It's easily identifiable. You should have your brand set up in a way that when people see it, they recognize who you are or what you are, what your business is, right? Or if they don't know that it's like you specifically, they can know what it is that you represent, right? So I'm gonna give you an example, a good amount of examples, okay? This is one of the branding boards that I made, right? Branding sheet. So here's the logo for Cutie Paw Tootie, right? Right in the logo, you can already know and see what the brand is about. Cutie Paw Tootie with the paw print for furry friends. All in, were you able to see all that? Okay. All in there, just in the logo, you're able to easily identify what the brand is about. Now, this is not a personal brand. This is just a business brand. So I personally feel like when you're building a brand and it's for your business, something in that logo should, like the definition says, be easily identifiable so that people know right off the bat who your business is and what your business represents. So when people see my logo for Cutie Patootie, they know who the business is. It's a business about animals, some type of animals. And what does the business represent? Something for furry friends. But you know it has to do with animals because it is Cutie Patootie, right? Okay. So, and a lot of the branding has to do with marketing, but marketing is actually going to be saved for another course. But you can check out any of my, not any, but you can check out some of my IG posts and my IGTV posts and my blogs, or you can head over to entrepreneurherway.com and check out a marketing blog over there if you're in a hurry to learn about marketing, okay? All right. So why brand? Here are some reasons. It's critical for your overall growth. And it seriously makes an impact when you're an overall nicely packaged brand. It can definitely change how people receive and perceive your brand. It'll drive new and consistent business towards you. It will help people be familiar with you and increase your overall awareness. So when I say that it can change how people receive and perceive your business, what I mean is that, let's say you are drop shipping, right? You have a drop shipping company. And when you when you get an order, we're gonna say your drop shipping company are mugs, okay? They're mugs. When you get an order, what may happen is somebody places an order goes through to whoever it is that you're using for drop shipping, mug comes to the customer, right? But when the customer gets it, it's in a box, nothing special. They didn't even know it was from you. You know, when they opened it, they had to look on the outside on a barcode and see from the mug store. But nothing was special and memorable about your business or your brand that made this person say, oh, I should go back. Now, rewind for how people receive and perceive your business. Somebody places an order, right? I have to be more dramatic with it. Somebody places an order, right? When they place the order for your mug, they get your mug, but it's in a beautiful, nicely packaged box. On the outside of the box, they're very well aware of who it came from. When they open it up, there's an invoice, there's a card inside of it with a call to action. Now, this person is gonna receive this and be like, oh, wow, I'm impressed. I love the way this came to me. And they're gonna perceive it as, okay, this business, they know what they're doing. I trust them. This all looks legit. There's no way that I don't want to spend a little extra for a mug from this company because I can tell they put extra into their brand to satisfy me and to make me feel like a special customer or a special consumer. Does that make sense? So here are some facts about it. So those were the reasons that I named for why you should brand. Now here's some facts about branding. It automatically increases your brand's or your business's value. Yes, if you are the mug company with no brand, no pleasing aesthetic, no matching website, just up and selling mugs, cool, you might make some money, but the value is gonna kind of just sit, right? It's gonna stagger, it's not gonna do much. But if you are the the HMIC, head mug in charge brand, right? And you know, your logo has like a mug smiling, or it's like a mean mug, but it's actual mug. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. And it's really giving people the incentive, like, hey, you know you want to shop with us. You see what we about. It's going to just instantly increase the value of your business just because it looks better. To investors, it's a more appealing investment than the bland brand. You know what I mean? The business or company, it's gonna really solidify an employee atmosphere if you have employees. If you don't have employees and you're just, you know, an individual who's running a business, it's gonna make your atmosphere better too. If you're able to package or, you know, drop ship orders and people are getting them and the feedback is, oh, I loved this brand. I love how it was packaged. I love how it arrived. I love, you know, their website. I love their attention to detail. That's going to make you feel really great about your business. And if you are a company, you have employees, your brand, if it's a good brand, is going to make your employees happy to work there, happy to be there. They're going to want to wear their hat or their t-shirt, you know what I mean? Or their company wristband because they love the brand and they love what it stands for. Create trust with consumers. So we kind of talked about that when I was telling you about how people will receive and perceive your business. But really, really, when if you're a bland brand, sometimes honestly that seems a little suspect. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with getting things from like China or out the country, but sometimes when things arrive like that, they're like, that took a little long to get here. I don't know where it came from. Or they're like, it was okay, but I don't need to order from it again. But you want people to feel like they can trust your company, trust your product, trust your business. And 9 times out of 10, people trust a well packaged brand. Okay. Um, Another thing is it helps to have a solid, just like a real liquid meaning flowing brand, to support marketing and advertising. So again, we're not going to get into marketing and advertising, but once you do start marketing and advertising your business, you want the aesthetics of your advertisements, the aesthetics of your marketing to flow and look beautiful. And don't take beautiful as soft. It could be masculine and still be beautiful. You know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean. So, next, let's talk about how to brand your business. So, the first thing you want to know, or keep in mind when we're talking about how to brand your business, is that you want your brand to be liquid. That's what I mentioned a minute ago. You want your brand to be liquid or cohesive. You want it to flow. So if your logo has blue, yellow, and red in it, you want your Instagram or your Facebook or your Pinterest aesthetics to be blue, yellow, and red. You want when people go on your website, it matches your Instagram or your Facebook or your Pinterest or your you want it to flow. You want people to not feel chaotic or feel like, am I on the right thing when they go to something? You want everything to look like it's still connected to you. And you don't want people to have to question that. You don't want somebody to go from your website to your Instagram and say, this doesn't look anything like the website. Is this right? You want it to look so, just flow so natural to where you're like, oh, something got my eye. To where you're like, oh, okay, this is it. This is beautiful. So you want it to flow. Another thing to know is your business. Know what your business is. Y'all, I cannot stress this enough. I have been on so many coaching calls, and I'm going to give a fake example, but it might not be fake, a fake example. And somebody will say, oh, I sell eyelashes, right? Which is great, which is amazing. And, I wear eyelashes. I love eyelashes. So they're like, I sell eyelashes. And I'm like, oh, all right, I need your website, your Instagram. Like, let's see what you got as far as branding goes. And then on the business page, they're talking about lipstick, or, there's so many pictures of weave, and then a caption says like, get some eyelashes to go with that weave. And it just doesn't make sense. It's like, well, if I were to just go to your Instagram page, to me, this looks nothing like you sell lashes. Even the blogs have nothing to do about lashes. Or if I were to go to your website, none of this has anything to do with what it is that you sell. So when people click on a shop page, they're shocked that you have lashes on here because they just read blogs about skincare, they just read blogs about lipstick. And hear what I'm saying. You can have those things because you don't want to be boggled down by just talking about one thing all the time, but you want to throw those things in as extras. So if you're going to have an eyelash brand, as soon as I hit your homepage, it should say something about joining a lash community. As soon as I go to a blog, the first 5 blogs should be how to keep your lashes in shape, healthy and looking beautiful. The next blog should be how often should you clean your lashes, or how many times can you rewear your lashes. The third blog should be everything you need to know about magnetic lashes. The fourth blog should be strips or individuals. The fifth blog should be these are the best mascaras we recommend. And then the sixth blog can be about skincare we love, because lashes is on your face. You want your skin to be healthy too. I get it. But it shouldn't be 18 things about skincare and then one thing about lashes when your whole business is about lashes. So, if I haven't stressed that enough, I really want to stress know your business, okay? And brand for your business, okay? Okay. So, let's say you are targeting women age 60 to 72. You don't want your brand to look like it's aesthetically appealing to 18 to 25-year-olds. You want to figure out, okay, well, what do 60 to 72-year-old women like? What do 60 to 80-year-old women like? What do they need? This is what it needs to look like. It needs to appeal to this age group of people. So know who your target market is and then build your brand around them. Now, a lot of people get in their feelings and they want to build their brand around what they like. And listen, I completely agree. My personal brand is based off of things that I like. In the beginning, it was based off of things that I loved, and it didn't work out too well. It didn't work out. I love black, right? So initially, I used to have a whole bunch of black stuff, but that wasn't giving me the people that I wanted, right? So I had to switch it up a little bit. I had to be a little softer, you know, a little lighter, and it really, really helped, and it changed. So my point is, you have to do what works. Also do what you like, also do what you love, but make sure if your business is about, again, let's go back to lashes, that you're doing something that has to do with lashes. If you really love lipstick, then just sell lipstick, but don't sell lashes and make it all about lipstick. It doesn't make sense. And it has to make sense if it's gonna be a cohesive brand. I rambled a little bit, but you get what I'm saying, okay? So the next tip is to know yourself. So I probably covered a little bit of that, but just to like touch up on it again. When I say know yourself, don't lose, you know, who you are and what you stand for by trying to build a brand that's not really you. But remember what business you are starting. So I like to say, I'm still using Cutie Patootie for an example, right? I won't sit here and lie to you. I don't have a crazy love for animals, and I also don't have a crazy love for the color orange. However, I enjoy my animal, my dog, right? His name is Milo. I love getting him dressed. I love his little haircuts. Right now he's walking around with his jean jacket on, looking just too cute, right? So what did I have to do when I built that brand? I know myself. And I kind of took me out of it. What do I love about it? I love the dog clothes. Now, do I love, you know, the cat clothes? Do I care for, you know, other of the other things that I sell on there? No. But it's not all about me. It's about the people who I want to shop from me. Do I love, like I said, the color orange? No. But brand colors have meanings, you know, different colors determine and bring out different moods. So you want to know yourself and know what you're willing to tweak and be okay with and be not okay with when it comes to your brand. And like I said, if this is a personal brand and it means a lot to you, which all of your businesses should mean a lot to you, but when I say a personal brand, I mean like if your face is on it, then yeah, do it your way. But if this is a brand for your business that has, you know, your face isn't on there, you're not out here saying, look at my business, look at my business, look at my business, make it make sense. But also know that you don't want to make it make sense to a point to where you're not happy with it. You know what I'm saying? So, hope that makes sense too. Okay, lastly, know your competition. So, when you go into building a brand, if all of your competition uses pink, maybe you don't want to use pink. Or maybe you want to use pink because obviously it might be working, but you're like, you know what, I'm going to use pink, gold, and black. I'm going to be different, right? Or you're going to say, I don't want to use that at all because that's all my competition does and it's so saturated. I want to use teal. I want to do teal and gold and, you know, creamy colors and be different. That's awesome. But know who your competition is and aspire to reach their level of success and beyond, but don't copy them. You know what I mean? Take away what you see works for them and tweak it to either make it your own, or take away what you see works for them and say, I can appreciate that, but I want to try it and do it this way. But either way, know who your competitors are, because it helps. It helps to know. Like I said, you don't want to just look just like the other people who are doing it. So know who they are. Next thing, turning my page. You want to know your fonts and your colors. So I suggest having a font palette and a color palette. This is going to help you tremendously. Let's go back to my cutie patootie, right? For a moment. These are different fonts, right, for the business. So if you look on our website or if you go onto our Instagram, these 3 fonts are the only fonts you're going to see on anything that we have. Facebook, Instagram, our website, whatever, those are the fonts. And it's going to make it look really cohesive. Then our colors. These are the colors that we have, right? So, give you examples. This teal blue is electric, it's bold, it's fun. This sky blue is serene, it's calming. You're going to see a lot of pictures with dogs with blue, they're relaxed, or hey, they're excited, they're bold, they're fun, right? Then this kind of deep orange is sociable, it's happy, it's animated, it's having fun. The orange, he's outside in the grass lifting weights. Like, what dog does that? The tangerine is vibrant, it's creative, it's energetic. The yellow is joyful and playful and happy. So those are my brand colors and those are my brand fonts. And that's the meaning behind my brand colors, right? So you're going to want to know your colors and your fonts, because those are the things you're going to want to keep using when you're building your website, when you're putting together your content for social media, when you're making your email marketing or your business cards or your invoices or your thank you cards, or getting your packaging together, or your stickers, whatever it is, your t-shirts. You don't want to have to scramble and figure out what color should I use, what font should I use. You want it to all be cohesive and go with your brand, okay? After that, you want to have a clear and authentic vision for your brand. So a lot of times when I say that, people are like, what do you mean? I don't mean like, I can look into the future type of vision. I mean an actual literal vision. So I have a mood board that I like to put on my branding boards, right? So when I say a mood board, it is the mood of the business, like the vibe of the business, right? So the vibe that I intend for Cutie Patootie to give is happy, fun, happy, silly. Oh, I'm just trying to chill today. Silly, like dogs taking a selfie, dogs working out. I really want it to be happy, joyful, calm, silly. And I know that's like, what? Happy, joyful, calm, silly? But that's what I want. I want the flow to sometimes be really happy, really joyful, really silly. And then sometimes, maybe on Sundays and Mondays, the post will be just a cool, chill post. You know what I mean? Or maybe twice a month, the emails might be real cool and chill. And also the mood of my business is everything is from the dog's point of view, right? Or the animal's point of view. So for this picture, for example, the caption might be like, out here working out with my human, having a good time in the sun. It's funny, it's cute, it's silly. I think it is anyway. So you want to have a clear vision of what you really want your brand to feel like, not just look like, but literally what you want it to feel like. So I want my brand to feel fun and playful and calm, and a place where people want to go to shop for their animals, right? The next thing you're gonna do is, first off, make sure your name flows. I just want to throw that in there. I don't have that written down, but there's been some interesting times where the names did not flow with the business and people had to change their names after, and you don't want to have to do that. So really make sure your name flows with what it is that you offer or sell or do, okay? So the next thing is you want to determine what your logo will be, and also know it's okay to change your logo up. It is. A lot of times people do not keep the same logo that they had. Coca-Cola changed their bottle like 10 times. Like, things change. It's okay. So don't get stuck in feeling like because you made a logo today, it has to stay that way for the next 10 years. Just start. Everything else will fall in line, okay? Some really great places to get your logo started. Canva. You can create your logo all by yourself. Fiverr, you can go, and that's fiverr.com. You can go and sign up for a Canva account and pay for somebody to build a logo for you. PicMonkey is a great place, logo.com. If you use Wix, you can also get your logo built on Wix. ZBrand, that's ZEBRAND.com. You can get your logo built on Wix, on ZBrand. You could also build a whole branding board on Canva and ZBrand as well. And then, of course, Entrepreneur Way. You can get your branding board set up on Entrepreneur Way with one of our Her Way Girl bosses. And you can get your logo built as well. But I didn't want to be shady and only say my business. There's a whole bunch of places that you can get your logo done and work with somebody to get it done just the way you like it, okay? So after we got that, we got our fonts, we got our colors, we have our clear, authentic vision, I have my mood board, we know what the logo is gonna be. Now you need to make sure that it flows everywhere. So when I say it flows everywhere, I mean like all of your social media accounts should have the same name. Your email address should have the same name. Your website should have the same name. So if the business is www.cutiepawtootie.com, the Instagram should not be puppies are cute. And then the email, I love dogs, y'all, @gmail.com. No, it should either all be Cutie Paw Tootie or Cutie Paw Tootie Shop, something. Now, I understand sometimes with Instagram, people will have names already that you might have come up with for your business, and they're not even a business. That's just what they wanted to name their Instagram, and you can't do anything about it. That's okay. So switch it up. If you have to say the Lash Shop on Instagram, but it's www.lash.com, that's okay. But you don't want to be so off to where people have to double check to see if it's really you, okay? Also with your website, make sure your website flows, make sure your website has your logo on there, your brand colors, your brand fonts, and that everything just looks cohesive, okay? So let's talk a little bit about the colors again. So I know I already went through a breakdown of what it is that these colors mean for Cutie Paw Tootie, but why? So the theory basically is that colors influence perception and decision making, right? Now, some people don't believe that's true, but there have been countless studies on color and how it literally changes the way your mind perceives things. So, for example, if you had, let's say, red eggs and yellow bacon, you might be like, oh, I'm not about to eat that, oh my gosh, but it might just be food dye. But your mind perceived it as, there's something wrong with this food because my eggs are red and my bacon is yellow, and that's not right, right? Or, for example, there's a restaurant, I can't think of which restaurant it is, but there's a restaurant that purposely uses certain colors because the colors make people speedy and hyper and active, and they want them to order more drinks and order more, appetizers. So color is a very serious thing. Like, for example, give you a few examples. I use pink. I also have mine up here, so I'll show you. This is my board, right? So let's break down my colors, okay? So I'm gonna hold it up like this so that you can see. So my color over here, right? This is like a warm, dusty pink. And to me, it's refreshing, it's calm. Then you have this softer pink. It's positive to me. It's also soft energy and it's cozy. Then you have gold, which to me is valuable. It's luxurious. Then you have my really light pink, which to me is sweet and compassionate and affectionate. And then you have black, which is empowering, sophisticated, strong, and bold, right? Now, those are all the positives. On the flip side of that, 1, 2, and 3, all of those shades of pink can come across as girly, immature, um, and I forgot the other one, but it's negative, so whatever. No, not whatever. But it can mean different things. You know what I mean? So there can be some people who come to my website and says, this chick is in her 30s, why she got this pink everywhere? Okay, however, color has no age limit. And also, sometimes certain things they're not gonna be for that person, and that's okay, right? But when you're thinking about your colors, you do want to think about how you can be successful with your colors. So, again, like I mentioned way earlier in this course, I'm really not a pink person. I'm not. I know my pillows are pink, but I'm really not a pink person. I love mustard. I love like olives. I love animal print. I love leaves. I love black and white. I love gold. But I saw an increase in clients and revenue and followers when I went with a more pink aesthetic. And the way that I stay true to myself is by using bold fonts, by still incorporating other things that I like, and also incorporating things that I knew would help me grow. Okay? So when you're, and also about colors, just another thing to throw in there. And again, y'all, this is a freebie course, so it's just real, like, just conversational. Again, like I said, the courses that come later, they might be a little bit more put together and, but I figured for this one, I just wanted to be real relaxed, okay? So as I'm thinking about it, to give an example, let's say you have a spa, right? You probably don't want to use orange and hot pink for a spa. Nothing about orange and hot pink screams calm and relaxed and soothed at all, right? So you want to use colors that are earthy, or, it doesn't have to be greens and mauves and taupes. It can be like lavenders and soft yellows and, creams or something. You know what I mean? But you don't want to use bold, bright, vibrant colors for something that's supposed to be calming and soothing and relaxing. So really think about that when you're deciding what colors to go with your product. Think about how colors influences people. And you can look it up. You could literally research color psychology and see what the best colors to use are based on what product or service that you offer. Okay. So next, let's talk about rebranding versus a brand refresh. Okay, so this is for you if you already have a brand and you're like, okay, I already have a brand, I already got all that stuff, but I need to know, do I need to rebrand or refresh? So when you're doing a brand refresh, let's go with that one first. First of all, I recommend, it's nobody's business, okay? I don't think you need to announce, hey, we're, refreshing our brand up a little bit. No, just change and let them see, okay? This is when you are updating your brand's personality, and you're updating or changing the colors, you're updating or changing like the flow of your brand, but the core of your brand is the same. So it's basically like getting a makeover. It's like if I go and I cut my hair, but after I cut my hair, I'm still giving you the same information. I'm still showing up. I'm still doing what I promised I would do, but I got a haircut, right? A rebrand, you should tell people, let people know, hey, we are rebranding. When you come back in 6 months, you may not see these products. You may not see this, the logo may be completely different. Now, when you do a refresh, you change up your logo, but it still makes sense for who you are. A rebrand, hey, nothing might look the same, and we're not the same because we're changing everything. We might stop selling paper and start selling AirPods. Like, that's how much we're changing. We're just rebranding everything. That's when you announce to people, hey, we're doing a complete rebrand of our business, okay? Um, it's not going to resemble anything that it used to, and this is when you're changing the core of who your business is and what your business represents. So, rebrand is a complete do-over. A refresh is a makeover. Got it? Okay. So, lastly, I have some questions, right? So these are questions that you need to ask yourself, okay? I'm going to tell you what all of the questions are, and then I'm actually going to go back in order and answer them, I guess not with you, but just answer them too. You can have an idea of how to answer a little bit based off of my answers, okay? First question is, what is my brand? What is my brand's purpose? What is my brand's story? What makes my brand different? What is my brand's mission or vision? What is my brand's personality? What is my brand's values? Okay, so let's go back and start from the top. So I remember I write the stuff. So what is my brand? I know I've been talking about Cutie Paw Tootie for my example, but I'm just going to answer for my personal brand, Ayana Hanaya. So what is my brand? My personal brand is Ayana Hanaya. What is my brand's purpose? So for me, honestly, I feel like the purpose of my brand is to help women get out of their own way. It's to, and not just in business, because if you follow me on Instagram, you know I post a whole lot of stuff. And 85% of it is about business. But the other 15% is like, girl, you better shut up and show up because ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, no, he knows exactly how he's supposed to be treating you. He's just not. Like, so, okay, so we know he know. He know. So what are we gonna do? You know what I mean? So I feel like my brand's purpose is to help women get out of their own way. Now, I'm not a life coach. I'm not a therapist. I'm a certified life coach, but I like to do business coaching. I'm not a therapist or anything like that, but I feel like my brand's purpose is to just inspire women. And that's it. So inspire women. Then what is my brand's story? So, when you're answering what is your brand story, think about like how you connect with them, okay? So I feel like my brand story is just all about being transparent and honest. Like, I'm very honest, especially in my captions. If you follow me on Instagram, if you read my blogs, if you ever had a coaching session with me, you know, when you're like, you know, yeah, girl, because, you know, I'm just really exhausted. I have, you know, my daughter, she's in 3rd grade. And I'm like, look, my son is in 2nd grade. Like, it's real. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm relatable and I'm honest. And I don't try to act like I have everything together, because I don't. I'll be like, I can't breathe. Or, y'all, I got, you know, today ain't the day for me. So I feel like I'm very transparent and honest. And that's what helps me connect to the women that I hope to inspire. What makes my brand different? I kind of think that what helps me connect to people is also what makes my brand different. I would say that a lot of my competitors, and I did this for competitors because I really feel like for what it is that I do, is we aren't really competitors. We may do the same thing, but we're all just so different, you know? But what makes my brand different from, let's say, a competitor, in my opinion, and again, I'm answering the questions just right with y'all. So, I think that what would make my brand different from competitors is I actually give out real information. Like, no shade. Like, wait. Like, no shade to other business coaches, but when I tell y'all I have taken courses from millionaires, and the information they gave is very like, just do your affirmations and show up for yourself. And I'm like, girl, that could have been an Instagram post. I paid to learn some facts. You know what I'm saying? So I think that what makes my brand different is that I give out facts, I give out resources, I give out actionable steps for how to get you from point A to point B. Now, I might not be able to get you from A to Z because I'm not at Z yet, you know what I mean? But as soon as I learn how to get from A to B, I'm sharing it. As soon as I learn how to get from B to C, I'm sharing it. As soon as I learn how to get from C to D, and you get the point, I'm sharing it. Because I do believe that knowledge is power, but I also believe that knowledge is money. And if you know something and you know you can share something with somebody else and it could help them or empower them or put money in their pockets, do it. And shoot, if you could charge for it, charge for it, you know, but you don't have to charge for everything. And I feel like that's what makes my brand different, is that I give out really, really good information, and it's stuff that really helps you to move forward. What is my brand's mission or vision? I would say my brand's mission is to help women start and rebrand, or yeah, start and rebrand their business. My brand's vision is to empower women to feel that they can blank. They can whatever it is, just that they can. Whew. What are my, I said businesses, right? I meant to say my brand's mission, if that's not what I said. What are my brand's values? So I feel like my brand's value is just to be authentic, and I really value authenticity. I really do. Just being who you are. I know when I first started making videos and stuff, like years ago, I would try to be like, hi you guys, so la 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 la, because I was, I was trying to be like what I saw was doing well, and I was like, that is just, I'm not, no, my voice cracks, sometimes talk a little deeper, sometimes I'm like, let me tell you what happened, you know what I mean? And I was like, I just want to be me, I just want to be authentic, I record it sometimes and I look like bleh. Some days I have dark circles, some days it just ain't working out, but I show up anyway. And I want people to see that. I want people to see that I'm authentic and that I'm real and that I'm not faking a funk. I'm going to post when I made 5 orders. I'm going to post when I made 500 orders. I'm going to post about my $10,000 month and my $2,000 month, because that's what it's really like to be an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? So I really believe that one of the things that I value, my brand's value, is authenticity. Then lastly, my brand's personality. I feel like my brand's personality is just bubbly, it's fun, it's honest, it's to the point, and it's positive. Yeah, it's positive. That's my brand's personality. So, okay, y'all, I hope that you were able to learn something from this course. I'll actually just go ahead and show you the rest of the brand board for Ayana Hanaya too, just so you can get an idea. So in addition to the colors, I also put down or put pictures of the materials and patterns that I like, because I love, as you can see, plants. Back there is a plant. I also like wearing, like right here, you can't see it, but there's flowers and it's green. Sometimes I'll post pictures and I have on animal print. I love gold. I love black and white. So I wanted to make sure that the prints and the fabrics that I loved also went with my aesthetic. And then for down here for my mood board, it's happy, it's light, it's airy, it's positive, and it's fun. So I just wanted to finish showing you that. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this. This was actually fun to record. This was the freebie. So if you got anything out of this, just please let me know. On my website, you can go and leave a review. If you didn't get anything out of this, it was free, girl, so it's okay. And if you did get something out of this and you learned something, feel free to share it with somebody, because it's not going to cost them anything either. And in the future, you can look out for the how to build your business plan course. You can look out for the foundations course. You can also look out for the 12-week launch course, which is going to be me and you building that business and getting it out in 12 weeks. That's a realistic amount of time. Like, we can do a 30-day, we can do a 60-day, but I really feel like a 90-day is really, really good for people who, work a 9 to 5 and they want to start a business, but they have to really allocate their time. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. I hope you enjoyed this course, and that's it.